Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here. I am very excited. First off, somebody wanted me to do a reading on Jennie. However, I was going to do a reading on Jennie anyway. I just didn't get to it last week because I didn't really get a chance to dive into her album. And I really wanted to see what Jennie was going to offer us before I jumped and read on her. Usually with the Blackpink girls, as soon as they release their album or like their song that weekend, I'm covering them. With Jennie, it's really because I have been jamming every day since Jennie dropped Ruby. So basically since March 9th. So for 2 weeks, I have been listening to Like Jennie nonstop every day, going to school, going and coming back from school on loop. And that's a 25-minute drive to and 25 minutes coming back. So that's about a good hour a day. So that's about a good 5 hours within a week. Times that by 14 days. That's how many hours I've accumulated listening to Like Jennie. So much so that I think I can even quote her song verbatim. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have literally ate that album, that song specifically. So because of that, of course, I'm going to have to read Jennie because this song, this album, this Jennie that we're seeing, I'm not sure if you saw my last video when I talked about the Blackpink girls, but I stand 10 toes down that Jennie is now my bias of Blackpink. Lisa has been bias wrecked for sure. By Lisa. I mean, I still love me some Lisa, but her album is not hitting it like Jennie's album is hitting it. Even down to the fact it's not even hitting the way Rosé's album hit. I mean, I loved Rosé's album, but it was a little bit too sentimental. It was too much feely. I felt like if I was going to listen to Rosé's album again, I would literally feel depressed listening to it. So I have yet to listen to the Rosé's music since she released her album. However, even though Jennie has a type of flair in that with her song Love Hangover, Handlebars, it gives that kind of feeling, but her whole album isn't that. And I love exactly what Jennie said. Yes, I've even looked at her her interviews, not the Zayn Lowe one. That's the only one I haven't gotten to, but I've watched every other interview that she has been on. And literally she has embodied this persona. No, she hasn't embodied a persona. She is showing us who this Jennie Ruby Jane Rose is. It's beautiful. It's masterly crafted. Jennie in her album, this is Jennie, like she said in her interview on the most relaxed interview ever. Please do watch it if you have not watched that interview. I thought it was really good. Jennie had, like, I'm not sure if it's because she was in her relaxed state, so she felt a little bit more vulnerable, was getting more personal. But she has I saw like a side of Jennie that, like, I knew we had soft girl ooh Jennie, but I didn't know she was this much of a soft girl that literally she is crying, holding guinea pigs and puppies. It's beautiful, but it's also how could I say this? It's quite interesting that she is this sensitive. I'll put it in the best way possible. And because of that, I see her album in much more of a different light now. That instead of this being her alter ego, like Lisa is putting out, which I'll get to Lisa in another reading, I will definitely read on her. But with Jennie, this isn't an alter ego. This is Jennie. Like she said, they are obsessed with Jennie, but have they ever met Jennie? So she's like, you guys don't know me, but you guys love me, copy me, try to be me, but you don't know what it's like to be me. Jennie has laid it down in this album who she is. She laid it out down in lyrics. She has cried on her Ruby experience singing the song Twin. How more sensitive can, how much more personal and downright connective can we get with this album? Jennie has really let us in and gave us a perspective of who Jennie is behind closed doors, behind Blackpink. She is giving us what we saw when her and Kai had gotten, when they, oh wow, it's my cat in here. Okay, hold on. Well, since my cat Franny has came in here, hi Francesca. I'm just going to pet my cat a little bit as I sit here and talk about Jennie. I hope you don't mind that, Franny. So, with Jennie, she is literally like as I was talking about, when she had broke up with Kai from XO. And who else knows, Lisa, but who else knows what other kind of heartbreaks that she's experienced and has gone through. So because of that, for her to talk about her song, specifically Handlebars, about how when she loves, she truly loves. And I could definitely see that. She feels, when she gets into her emotions, she truly gets into her emotions. So when she loves you, she's going to give all. She's going to give 100%. She is going to give of herself and fully experience love. However, she is not getting that reciprocated. The people she chooses to fall in love with don't love her back in the same way. And she has to learn to pick herself back up, understand that this is just part of her nature and that's who she is. And because of that, she's going to have to learn to love herself. Hi, baby. She's going to have to learn to love herself and also learn to not allow those people to get her down, that no matter how much she still thinks about them, even when they're long over and broken up and she could be in another relationship, she gets in those soft girl hours and those lonely nights early in the morning when she can't sleep, thinking about all the loved ones and thinking about all the good memories and just thinking about all the loss and heartbreak that she has experienced. So because of that, her song, okay, my cat is getting tired. Back down to my album analysis, and before I really jump into Jennie, let me just show you what I have seen of Jennie before I dive into her cards and into her reading, because I'm exactly going to check in and see what's going on with Jennie and her mental in this album and this persona. Not persona, this new version, this Jennie 2.0 that we've seen her evolve into. Because just like her song Zen, which I slept on, I saw her promote it, but I didn't actually listen to the song. I don't know, the visuals wasn't capturing me at first, but woe is me on that one, because the visuals is stunning. When I saw those visuals, I was like, oh my God, I literally saw the Queen of Swords. I was like, Jennie is doing tarot right in front of our face. The Three of Swords. She has the elements, fire that looked like the judgment card of the phoenix rising above the ashes. I was like, I'm like, oh my God, Jennie literally said Zen. And then even with the way her hair was tied, it looked like the infinity sign, like it was strength. Do you guys see what I saw? And then the whole part where the owls, that's also symbolic and esoteric, and we started off with an owl. Oh my God. And then she's like the queen, and then like the way she slithered her body as she was like, it gave me like Black Mirror vibes with the with that one scene with the oh, I really would hate to misclassify it, but I think it was like this Hindu or Indian character that was like a seductive woman that kind of reminisces of a siren a little bit, because at least in this part she was in the water. However, oh my god, I could keep going on with Zen. And so that's what Jennie reminded me of, the way she was enticing us with her feminine energy. Like, she really embodied the Empress. And then I got complete Rihanna umbrella vibes when she said rain, and then the rain came down and then it paused. That was clearly Rihanna. And then when the lotus spread open and blossomed and showed a beautiful Jennie, do we not see the symbolism, the astrology, and the tarot all written in that music video? Zen is just chef's kiss. Sorry, that is literally going to be the next song that I'm going to be bumping to after IE Way Up. I like this Heart Jennie. Like, it kind of gave me like Jennie vibes, but it was a little bit more towards the haters. But some other runner-ups that I have on my list would have to be Handlebars, because I did quite like it, actually, surprisingly, and her song Damn Right, which that one in and of itself was just talking about how she is understanding that she's basically a queen and that she's going to own it, and that she's not going to allow that, even though nobody acknowledges the efforts and the work that she puts into things, she's going to recognize her own efforts and start worshiping and loving on herself. So I love this for Jennie. I really do. Other things about Jennie is that she's both her and Lisa. I hate to draw them together, but I am going to be doing a reading on Lisa. But Jennie is going to be at Coachella as a solo artist this year. Congratulations to her on that one. Yeah, I think that was everything. Oh, and this was the cherry on top that made me said, oh yes, I need to read on Jennie, because in her music, not in her music video, but in that interview with the Most Relaxed Ever interview, the first question that they asked is, what moment would you go back to in time if you could? And Jennie said, I don't want to go back in time. I'm actually quite happy with who I am right now and in the present moment. I was like, well, that tells me everything that I need to know about how Jennie feels about her past and how she has, and her experience about the way how she's been experienced and treated in Blackpink, because she did say that her home is Korea and she wants to go back to Korea. So it's not like she's offended by the way that the Koreans and netizens have treated her, but more just the fact of how the media treated her because of her status and who she was in Blackpink, the whole favoritism thing. You know, I don't even want to hash that up, but that just like literally told me that Jennie is so much more happier. And even then, we all saw it, that Jennie was trying to show up and perform the best way she could, but things weren't going her way. She had injuries. I think she suffers with anxiety. There was this one video that I was really concerned about Jennie's mental health, and I wasn't sure if she was gonna, you know. So I'm glad to see that Jennie is doing a whole lot better mentally. So for that, yes, I'm 100% going to do a reading on Jennie, or should I call her Ruby? Oh, and she's obsessed with capybaras. I actually meant to look up what's so spiritual about a capybara, because it seems like that's something that that's like her spirit animal. And I learned that actually a far descendant of a capybara is a guinea pig. So I think I have a good sense that Jennie feels like a rodent. But I'm not sure what's so resilient about this particular rodent. But I think capybaras are pretty big. Oh my gosh, is it? It's not a capybara, but it's something similar along the lines. And clearly that's not exactly what I was thinking about. So that's good to know. But yes, let's see and read on Jennie and see how her mental is at this very moment. Oh, okay. 2 cards came out. Okay. This is actually good. I'll put them right there because I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So now let's just see what's going around her. Oh, I love the Fool came up. Ooh, a lot of 2s. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, I like these cards. Okay. 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 All right. I can see that. All right. Well, first off, for the sake of sakes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. So half of the cards here, a little less than half of the cards here are major arcana cards. So we do see that already on a surface level. Honestly, I think the major arcana cards speak more. So I think honestly having less major arcana cards, given what's on the table, is much better. So what we see here, just looking at the major arcana cards, we have the Fool and the World. Talk about literally completing a journey. Literally, we was ascending from the Fool and we moved up to the 2 of Swords and then to the Page of Wands and then ended on the World. What greater symbolism is that of completing a journey? And then here, though, however, in the fears section, we have the Chariot, which talks about moving forward, but also getting stagnated too sometimes, and maybe not wanting to move forward because you're too busy stuck in the past. However, Jennie said that she's done with her past, but maybe it could be those heartbreaks that still linger that keep her attached to the past a little bit. So maybe that's what it could be, or it could just be the fact of the journey of moving forward and what's to come and what's unknown is what's making her even more what could be making her more nervous to move forward. But she's going to move forward just for the sake of the experience and the journey, because the Chariot is always on the move. And just like the horse says here, it's not going to be tamed. And a horse is always on a journey doing something. And then we end off on the Justice card, which symbolizes things being brought back into balance. Now that being the outcome card, I'm quite curious how that plays out. Is Jennie bringing justice back within herself, or is this album and this image that she has curated or worked really hard for? Because she even said in an interview that she wants to get back into acting, but she has put a whole year of herself into this album, that she just wants to enjoy this moment for what it is and be present in this moment. So she doesn't want to think about the future. She just wants to live in now. And she doesn't want to think about the past either. So that could be where this Chariot is talking about, how instead of moving back or forward, being stagnant, and maybe that could be some of her fears. But I'm moving way far ahead just looking at the major arcana cards. So first off, the 2 cards that came out that represented Jennie, maybe one could be a block. The card that represents Jennie is going to be the Son of Wands or the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands usually symbolizes a female energy, and a female energy that's in her creative spark. Someone that's in a could be like considered like an apprentice, or somebody that is in like an internship, basically newbie territory, learning to get adjusted and acclimated. And that's where Jennie is, both creatively, energetically, and spiritually, like all 3. Creatively, when it comes to her career and her public image, she's feeling as though she is embarking on a new journey, and she is slowly crafting and molding who she wants to be and even down to the fire. And like I was even talking about how in that video Zen, she was like a snake charmer. She is, and she's exuding her energy and putting herself into this and making sure that we as the audience will be able to see her creative vision. But also on top of that, this is a spiritual journey for her because she is putting herself on the line basically and out there and being vulnerably invulnerable, because she's owning her vulnerability, but she's also using this as like a purging and like a healing, which is all about what fire's all about, renewal and regeneration, which is what this snake represents also too. So that's how Jennie is feeling. And then emotionally, fire creatively, I talked about the creative and I talked about the spiritual, and we could talk about the what's driving her and what is her energy wise is focusing more on being charismatic in the sense of really allowing herself to authentically shine, being whoever Jennie is, and not being afraid to allow that to shine and not going to stifle her flame and energy just to make somebody else feel comfortable. And that's where this, what I'm going to take is as a block card comes from, which is this Two of Cups. Now, this could literally mean about friendships, or this could literally just, well, the Two of Cups usually symbolizes a healing journey within self, reconnected with yourself instead of looking for other people and relationships to complete yourself, completing yourself by going within yourself and loving on the parts that you're neglecting within yourself and are projecting towards other people. They are qualities you have within yourself, but you just don't believe or you don't have the confidence in those qualities in yourself. So you seek them out in others to make yourself feel more self-assured. So because of that, mirror relationships are just mirrors. If you really look hard at who you keep around you, you will start to see how you guys resonate and how you guys don't resonate. And that's exactly what Jennie is going through. She is learning to find people that energetically resonate with her, that instead of looking to complete her, they add to her life instead of making up her life. It's not like she's living for them. She's living with them, alongside them, as a shared balance, a shared experience. So she wants to use the word experience instead of it being lopsided, something that is actually reciprocal, something that is, whether this is platonic love, whether this is romantic love, just love, period. Jennie wants to be loved, be kindness. And in that sense, be feminine. Like, we see her truly being feminine. She is overwhelmed. She is crying. This is an emotional time for her. The cups speaks of it all. So because of that, what we see below her, what's her foundation and what's grounding her at this very moment, is the Fool. And the Fool is very much not grounded. I mean, the Fool's grounded within itself. So what I see here with the Fool is that instead of her being a little bit more, the Fool is usually somebody who is taking on new experiences. Hey, no, sorry. Hey, so yeah, hey, for Mama Crone. So with the Fool, Jennie with her foundation is taking, I just keep going back to the fact that she is really trusting and guiding on herself. Her foundation is herself, and she is going to guide herself, lead herself, trust that herself got her back. Neo got my back. Tick, tick, tick on my mind. Yeah. So K-pop. So with Jennie and the Fool, this is a new experience for her. She's never had to advocate for herself, promote herself. She's been a solo artist before, but never has she truly had to have the full creative freedom that she truly had. And she is also promoting herself, and the promotion is doing great. We are eating up this promotion. I wish I could be on tour looking at Jennie perform on stage, because it looks like she is having the best time of her life, that this is truly Jennie glow up. We are seeing Jennie in her elements. The Fool, literally. I believe Jennie is a Capricorn, and we are seeing the Capricorn doing what the Capricorn does best, and that is shine bright like a diamond, and is going to be resilient, and is going to triumph all challenges that comes its way, and is going to dominate its territory and make its mark. And like Jennie said, she has known since a little girl that she knew that she wanted to be in the music industry, whatever that meant. So because of that, she is sufficient in herself and knows what she wanted. She don't know how she becomes Jennie, but she becomes Jennie. It's like once the lights come on, it's like lights, camera, action, and Jennie is she embodies it. It just is. It comes out of her. She doesn't know how she does it. She loves the fact that she does it, because that means she gets to do what she loves, what she had dreamt to do, which is be on the stage. So because of that, and it's weirdly enough, she enjoys being a rapper, something she didn't want to start off with to begin with. And she says that the best part is when she's rapping on stage. So because of that, we see here that Jennie is just truly enjoying the moment. And maybe that's why she is really, truly emotional, because this means so much to her, more than we could ever realize how much this means to her. This is a declaration of who she is. This is her coming of age story. This album is, like she said, a little bit of something for everyone. So that way, no matter what moment you are in, you can listen to my music. I'm going to be in your head. You're not going to get me out your mind. Haters are going to hate because everybody's talking about Jennie. So because of that, God damn, did she put a spell on us? I'm not kidding. That literally sounded like she enchanted us with her music. 100%. It just dawned on me, especially because I've been literally hypnotized by her music. I'm like, oh my God, I was under the Jennie spell. But anyway, here in the past is the Two of Swords, which symbolizes the fact that that weirdly enough, the Two of Cups, but here's the Two of Swords. And this Two of Swords usually symbolizes a conflict of interest, a conflict, a battle of the minds. Maybe Jennie really had to fight for her independence and her identity, like her movie, like her song Zen showed. She embodied the owl. She embodied the owl. Page of Swords right here. But I saw the Queen of Swords in that video. So because of that, we see she's in the swords. She's hitting a frequency. She's tapping into something. Something within Jennie has like clicked or like switched. This Two of Swords symbolizes a conflict resolution, a guardedness, a protectiveness, a barrier. But from what? Is this where Jennie drew the line, where she was finally going to separate herself, or when she finally became a solo artist outside of Blackpink and she really had to start doing her thing? Like I said, Jennie was the longest one. Everybody else outside of Jisoo, everybody else was promoting and teasing. And I was just like, Jennie, where's your album? I'm waiting for you to drop. You haven't gave us a dime. All you're doing is out there promoting and looking good for fashion. I was actually questioning what was Jennie doing behind scenes. I was like, is Jennie getting like weary feet? Is she like nervous that she can't step up to the plate and deliver an album? Like I was like, what is going on with Jennie's mental? And she has came out and she has said that I was putting me all into that album. Yes, I was. But also I was making sure and I was perfecting it. I was crafting it. I was molding it. I was critiquing it. I was tuning it to make it me. So that way, when you guys listen to it, you get me. You guys have a piece of Jennie. I'm giving you guys a piece of me through this album. And that's why she was like, listen to all 15 songs because she was like, I can't pick a song because all of them is me. So because of that, this is where the Page of Swords is coming in. And the Page of Swords, usually and because this is in the mental, which is quite interesting. And also what's quite interesting is that she has both of the daughters and the twos, but in different suits. But also, nope, we even have the world. All four elements is surrounding Jennie. She she really truly is the magician at this very moment, honestly, crafting the stars, the owl. If you have not checked out the music video Zen, look at it. Actually, it's been quite a while since I've been moved by a K-pop music video, and I felt like almost crying. Okay, I'm not even kidding. That's how much I was feeling the energy that Jennie was putting into it. And now just even thinking about it, I could like feel my eyes. I could just feel the chills and the goosies that music video gave me, that I'm like, oh my God, we are seeing Jennie morph before our eyes. And I am here for it and I am loving it. And this is what I am glad that I'm a part of this ride, that I got to know Blackpink and all the girls before they went on their solo endeavors, because this was beautiful. I could have I just did not expect this from Jennie. She was like truly the underdog just because of how much hate that she got. So to see her blossom, literally and metaphorically, it's just a treat. And I'm so glad to see this from her. And I'm so happy for her. And this is what I see with the Daughter of Swords, that she is taking on she's taking on a more strategic approach. She is building her image. She is just in the beginning phases of tapping in to her creative source, her all being her source, her I am energy. She is in the beginning phases of tapping into that. But, just like the future shows us, the world card, when she fully gets into it, oh my, she is going to rule the world metaphorically. Like she is going to dominate in a sense. And what I see here at the very bottom, though, however, as I was talking about earlier, and I'll get back to that world card and see how that pairs with the Justice, we see here with the Chariot, it's the moving on and moving on. Maybe this is the first time that she has truly felt free. And because she truly felt free and unrestrained, that it's like a ride for her, but it's also scary at the same time because she has so much power in her hand. And as she's learning to come into her own power, what she truly has to offer, and as she grows and as she becomes who she wants to become, the power, the energy is surging within her and it's making her feel more free. It's like salivating at the freedom that she has, but also shaking in her boots, ready to pee out of like fear of, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's just like a whole lot. That's why we see her so emotional, because this is a long time coming. And she took her time. She did not rush this. She's enjoying every moment of it. Every second she performs, she is giving it her all, and she's embodying, and like they say, she is eating her album. She devoured it and ate it and left no crumbs behind. She is living her album. So because of that, this is an experience for her, and she wants us fans to experience it with her. And oh, I can't wait to see how she's going to perform at Coachella. And her hopes card is that she's going to keep going forward and only going to go up from here with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands symbolizes somebody who has taken a little mental hit, a little emotional hit, because we see the oh, I didn't realize I was out of frame. We see here that she is with the moon card symbolizing the emotions, but also symbolizing the high priestess, which is really going within and going within inside and internalizing thing and really searching deep within the depths of your soul and your psyche and who you are. And that she has ascended down into that and is ascending up from that. So like kind of like the Kabbalah going up and down. Like I said, this I'm picking up so much of a different reading from Jennie than I have ever did in her readings before. Like I've known she has been exploring and finding herself and is just doing Jennie. But like it's like finally I'm seeing the work that she put in, and I can feel her sentiment and how she wants us to, I don't even think it's accepting her at this point. But here we see the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, what everybody sees right now, fans, loved ones, is that she is on a new journey, that her career it's honestly just starting. This album has sealed her deal in the career, in the industry. And I am seeing that that there is a clear division between Lisa and Jennie fans, because people are just like, what we're seeing from Jennie, I would have expected from Lisa, and what Lisa gave, I would have expected from Jennie. And then some people are just like, man, Lisa's a total flop right now, but Jennie, this was planted. Like it has torn the audience. Surprisingly, I did not know this was really a hot debate in the audience, but it truly is. And that's because Jennie has shaken up the territory. She has planted a seed. She has put authenticity into her album, and that's always going to sell. That's exactly why, sorry Jisoo, but this is exactly why Rosé's album did just as good. Because Rosé was truly authentic. This is what we want. We do not want alter egos. Sorry, Lisa. So because of that, it's just Jennie was able to hit a pulse, and that's because she really wanted to use this time and use music. Her first album, she wanted it to be special. She wanted it to be her baby, and it is her baby. She gave birth to this album. This is her child. This is mini Jennie that we are listening to in this album. So before that, she's going to feel a certain way and going to mother it, nurture it, put all her energy into it, because this is something she truly wants. And because of that, that's why she took such a sentimental, emotional route for her first album, instead of trying to do something mainstream or just trying to just not even, she wanted the lyrics to really come from her soul, to come from within, so that way we could just finally see her, and it's just bringing justice back into balance. Like I said, the tables have turned. People used to hate on Jennie, and now they're loving Jennie. She even said in her song, oops, got them obsessed with Jennie. I told you I could quote her song verbatim. That's how much I've listened to it for 2 weeks. So because of that, I probably put in at least 100 hours in. So because of that, with this justice card, things are finally coming back into balance. This album is going to solidify Jennie and who she represents and who she is. And because of that, the justice card, it's just going to be well received, honestly. It's just going to be well received, because how could it not? Honestly, how could it not? I would be saying the same thing about Lisa's album too. It's Blackpink. It's going to make it. B, she hit a pulse. And if you hit a pulse, and she's also doing a whole lot more promotion than Lisa's doing. I'm just saying, like, she went on tour. When she said a Ruby experience, she literally meant it. I'm going to perform all 15 songs for you guys. You're going to get a concert from me. Forget Blackpink. You're going to see me now. So this is what I'm getting from Jennie. She's like, you're going to hear me roar. You know? So because of that, it's just she finally hit a time. It's just Jennie's time. So with that being said, I think I've said everything I could say about Jennie. I went extensively long into her deep dive into her album and her emotional and mental state, and I see that it's playing out even in the cards, that she is truly emotional at this time. And it's rightfully so, because she is being herself. She is putting herself out there, and she is really putting herself out there and not even caring how the media is going to receive her. She's just like, if you love me, if you hate me, you're going to hate me. But whatever it is, I know me and I know what I can do. And I'm just going to be Jennie. Because she was just like, I don't care how much y'all hate and talk about me. Y'all still want to try to be me, though. So she was just like, make that make sense, because the math ain't mathing. So because of that, she is finally coming into her own. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my Lisa reading. And with that being said, please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And please subscribe if you want to see what I have to say about Lisa. I'm literally about to go hop in right after this. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give this video a thumbs up if you have not given it a thumbs up already. Sorry if it was a bit lengthy, but I had to go a deep dive and talk about her album and how I felt about it and her mental. And then my cat interrupted, but honestly, twice actually, but go figure. That's the most my cat has interrupted me in a video before, but it was honestly perfectly fitting that Jennie even said, please bring your cat in here. I want to feel some comfort. And that's some feline energy in there. And cats are wise, and they too can represent Sphinx, which usually goes with the chariots. And those usually goes with being wise and knowing what to say. And only if they truly deem you, like they say in cat theology, cats pick you, you don't pick the cat. So because of that, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you, sunflowers, in the next one. Oh yes, Dua Lipa and Love Handlebars was good. I don't usually listen to Dua Lipa. I don't think I've ever really listened to Dua Lipa, but Dua Lipa looked good in the music video along with Jennie. I could talk about what I felt about that, but all I can say about Love Handlebars is, and specifically how her and Dua Lipa were interacting, it just raised some bars again about who Jennie preferences. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading and that little sidebar. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and sunflowers.